Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk about the plans going forward for this channel. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I know that I've been covering AMD for almost the last 6 months. I've made a lot of claims that the AMD experience is better than the Nvidia one, and basing all of that off of my 3080 experience. So today, as said, I went and I got the 4070. This card right here is supposed to be the one that competes with the 7800 XT. So is what we're going to do for the next year. We're going to go through and we're going to do a long-term experiment or science project with the 7800 XT and the 4070. Now, as you guys know, I also have the 7900 XT from AMD as well. So I will be doing content with that as well. But we are, for the sake of content, we are just going to do. I mean, look how cheap this packaging is for the MSI one. I mean, like, come on, guys, really. I mean, they wanted to try to save every nickel that they could. So this is that covering. Oh man, I didn't even get a cool welcome card. I mean, I guess, oh yeah, I did. So here's the card. Here is the booklets. I guess you get plenty of booklets. Oh, there's that. So there's the box. Really simple, very simple. Let's go ahead and open the package and pull out our very, very cheap filling 4070. This looks like it has one 8-pin power connector. Wow. I mean, even the 7800 XT is significantly better built than this. I mean, this one here doesn't even have RGB on it. For $600, man, this is what the Nvidia bros say, that, oh, Nvidia is the best. So, I mean, like, okay, like, I get it. There were people in the comments section today, because I'd already told them that I was getting this card right here. There were people in the comments section saying that the quality of this is very, very minimal, and that they're not, I mean, it's not going to be that great, but you got to understand that this has got a 8-pin power connector. So this is going to have significantly less, this is going to have significantly less power going through it, as opposed to that XFX 7800 XT. So we'll definitely see, you know, for $600, which is the same price as the Founders Edition. I just didn't really feel like waiting for that one to show up. But I'm going to go ahead and get everything deleted off my PC and get this installed. And then I'll be back with more content with the rest of this. So you guys just hang in there. I'll have a couple of benchmarks up with it, and we'll talk about this experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this hooked up, and then yeah, I'll be right back. Probably won't even take that. It'll seem like a second. All right, guys, I've just about kind of had it with this Nvidia thing right now. I've been trying to record this for a few minutes now. It keeps going out of its way to mess things up. So if this goes through, all right. Now, we just did the unboxing. We just did all of that stuff. I've got a few benchmarks that are coming up. These are uncut. These are raw freaking footage. I hope you watch them. Some of them I wasn't very talkative in while I was doing it, but then some of them I were. You're going to get the raw, exact freaking feelings that I have with this Nvidia thing. So, as I've stated multiple times since switching over to AMD, that, like, there's things that I just don't necessarily think are that important to me. DLSS being one of them. I do not really like the over-sharpened look that DLSS gives me. I think that virtual super resolution is far superior, And after playing around with this card for a while, yeah, dude, the AMD cards have way more VRAM, so I can crank resolutions up higher, and then I can, virtual super resolution them down, making them look incredible on a 1440p monitor, super dense. I did some Alan Wake 2, I did some ARK Survival, I got some Spider-Man in here. I've got plenty of games, some Witcher 3, everything, just to show you. And let you have my raw reaction to these experiences. Now I'm going to keep covering this, for a few more days, and like try to get some, some good use out of it. But I can already tell you that, like, just coming back to having to use GeForce to record, coming back and having issues with Streamlabs again like I used to, just all of these things that just crop up. And yes, I have been into the control panel. I set my color, and I still think the AMD produces better color. I still think the AMD cards produce better image quality, like by a lot. I'm going to try to figure out a way to prove that the AMD cards do deliver better image quality. I'm going to try to figure out how to do that, whether that's, with a phone camera or something. But I do think that the AMD delivers a better image quality and better color, like overall better color. I'm using the exact same monitor that I would use with the AMD cards. And I was just sitting there and I was watching like this Witcher video that I did with the AMD card next to the Nvidia thing, and I'm like, wow, man, how is this even possible? How can people be so, I'm not going to say dishonest, due to the fact that, like, visuals are highly subjective to everybody. Like, one person is going to like something and the other person is not going to like that. And in my experience with the AMD versus the Nvidia, I get a softer, denser, fuller look when it comes to the AMD cards. With the Nvidia cards, I get a sharp, pristine, clean image. And so, especially when using DLSS, when it's using like freaking just standard native resolution, like, you can't tell a difference between the two. Like, they both look pretty dang close. But when you use virtual super resolution versus DLSS, yes, the AMD cards are packing a hell of a wallop towards these Nvidia mid-range cards, and that is frustrating. That should be very frustrating to everybody. As you can see, like when I opened the box and I showed you the GPU, I mean, and people were saying that, oh man, you shouldn't have got that card because it's not going to be premium. What am I supposed to expect if you're a customer? And we're reviewing the experience from buying the card to using the card to the overall experience. What am I supposed to think, man? I went to Best Buy, just like any regular customer, and I bought the 4070 that they had in stock. They didn't have any other ones. They had this one. So I bought it. I bought the 4070. I came home. I plugged it in. I put it in there. I started playing with it. Started dealing with the issues. And yes, I DDU'd my PC, made sure all the drivers were off of there. And started just having issues. I couldn't get my freaking 4K screen to boot up at first. I couldn't get that one to boot up at first. You have to literally go into the control panel and flick little buttons to make sure your screens work. I mean, you'll see that like during one of the videos. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, my screens aren't even working. And that's frustrating, dude. With AMD, you put the card in. It'll only work on one screen when you first put it in. You download the drivers, and then boom, everything pops up and everything just starts working. And it's like, wow, this is incredible. Then you get into your software. You can find everything. It's all right there. You can get into this software while you're playing your games and stuff. Maybe you can do that with Nvidia. Don't worry, we're going to find out. If it's possible, we're going to find out. We're going to find out how to use every single feature on this freaking Nvidia card so that I can accurately do this review for these two cards. I don't think the Nvidia is a terrible experience, and I get why some people like the over-sharpened, really clean look when they're using DLSS. Like, I get that. And it does, like, I'm not saying that it looks bad. I'm just saying that I prefer the other way the AMD rasterizes the image for me. Like, I absolutely 100% love the way that looks versus this over-sharpened look that I get with DLSS. Now, I tried my favorite game, Forspoken. I've tried, you know, lots of games, you know, and like frame gen on the on the Nvidia cards. It literally feels the exact same as AMD's fluid motion frames preview beta driver. When it first came out, yeah, it was a little bit shaky, but after the last couple of updates, that thing is running at tip-top shape. And I honestly believe that, and I've tried frame gen in Spider-Man, I tried it in Witcher 3, I tried it in freaking Cyberpunk, and I tried it in Alan Wake 2. It feels the same, exactly. There's no difference at all, really. It literally feels the same. Now, anybody trying to tell you that it feels different, whatever. I mean, it literally feels the same. Like same latency, same all of that on a controller. It literally feels the same. Like I cannot tell a difference. It doesn't. But I do notice that I get higher frames on the AMD side. Well, the 7800 XT is clearly more powerful than what you get for $100 more on the Nvidia side. And that's just a fact. Like, yes, the Nvidia card does seem to run ray tracing better in the games that are Nvidia, and I tested most of those. I tested most of those cards, and yes, it does run better. Like, you do get better ray tracing performance, but it's still like 30 frames per second, and maybe a little more, give or take. Like, I'm getting on Witcher 3 with native resolution and running all the ray tracing. I'm at 30 frames. On this, I'm at like 45 frames. So you're like 15 frames apart when it comes to that. When you flip on that FSR or DLSS, it's a different story. So, I mean, I can't even hit a native 1440p at 60 frames a second with Forspoken on this 4070 card. I can easily hit that on the 7800 XT. So there's just things about this experience that I absolutely feel like AMD is better, and definitely better for me, my choice, you know, for GPUs. But I do want to be fair, and I do want to cover Nvidia and be fair and not like completely trash it, because Nvidia does make good products. But I do kind of feel like at this price point, in this price range, that all the extra benefits that you get from like the workflow and all of that stuff, They shouldn't be charging you extra money for that, because you're buying these GPUs 100% for gaming, and you're getting way more bang for your buck gaming wise, and a much more enjoyable experience with the AMD card over this Nvidia card easily. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm being 100% honest with you. I love the AMD experience far more than I love this Nvidia card. I just don't know how else to say that. And I'm glad that I got it so that we can go through this, so that we can test this, because I made a lot of wild claims that I 100% stand by, even after buying this card, and still saying I do feel like visual quality is better on AMD. After sitting here playing like The Witcher and all these other games, I believe that the image quality is significantly better on AMD cards. And I 100% feel like I'm getting better color reproduction on the Nvidia card, on the AMD cards. I do. And I'm not going to change that. I'm going to stand my ground on this, because I have two eyes and I can see, looking at them on the same screen with the same freaking build and the PC and everything. I feel like AMD has better colors. I do. I feel like AMD has stronger overall looking visuals than what Nvidia is offering. DLSS, like I said, does over sharpen the image, and I get why people like that. Like, I do. I 100% get why people like that image quality. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that I prefer the other one better, but I do like the other one better. So in my opinion, the image quality is better. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to leave you with these benchmarks that I ran. And I'll let you see just how it runs. Like, there's no reason for me to lie about this at all. Seriously, this card costs $100 more. The build quality is significantly less impressive than the AMD card, and I get way more bang for my buck out of the AMD experience. Plus, the software is absolutely better than Nvidia's, 100%. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and then throughout the rest of the week, I'm gonna keep doing some benchmarks. I'm gonna keep giving my opinion on these games as I sit here and test them. So we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys do watch this, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I absolutely want to know. Thank you. Hello and welcome. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Dude, this fucking piece of shit. Alright. Everything is set to fucking maximum. Display, we are gonna go to... Why is that all the way down there? Really? See, look at that. It only lets me go to 1440p. Frame generation? Yeah, let's turn that on too. Okay, let's try it. Turned off all my screens. Dude, this Nvidia stuff. Okay, so I do got frame generator on with this.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, everything just looks over sharpened with DLSS.
Freaks here. Time I went back to sea.
Okay, so let's get back in there and turn off the frame generator because I want to see this. Alright, DLSS frame generation off. Let's see what we get now. Okay, so this is with DLSS on quality mode. We're about 50 frames.
Brother, sister.
I long to curl up with a bottle.
Oh, and my other monitor turned itself off and my 4K TV won't even be recognized. What? No way, we're going into the 40s still?
Last chance to surrender unorthodox books.
What was it happened to
Grimoires and
Francis
tracts
disease?
blaspheming the sacred flame especially.
The venerable Nagelbuds invite you to the races. Thoroughbred
Right cabbage. You see what I do?
Nagelbud estate outside town.
At least I got sound now, but I have no display on my other screens. This sucks.
Hey, Whitey. Why'd you
Okay, we're gonna turn off. We're gonna turn off like the. Oh no, I did that whole video with that. So look at that. We're at 50. Let's go to options. Let's go back to video graphics. Balanced. I thought this is supposed to run better with Nvidia when it comes to ray tracing. Like, let's see what the ray tracing though looks like.
My, what a freak.
So balance, let's see what we get through here.
The hierarch. Whosoever conceals a mage in their home.
Yep, we're still dropping into the 40s through here. Let me turn that down just a little bit.
Invite you to the races. Thoroughbreds at full speed near the
The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deals this side of the
Like
continent.
heading a king.
Help! Save me!
Baptism of fire.
Poverty.
You know what it is, white-haired one?
I'm gonna have to watch my other video back.
Show me your sword.
Ramen samurai.
Oh no, look at the wood wobbling as you run with DLSS on. Okay. I'm trying to be objective. I promise you, I'm trying to be objective. But when we start to look at this performance, dude, we're down to performance and we still have not went over. Almost hit 60 right there. We almost did.
Looking to make some coins.
Last chance to surrender unorthodox bugs.
Fine, Mitch.
It is holding them a little bit higher right through here. We're in the 40s. Still. Performance.
Why buy tomorrow what you can buy today?
I just don't remember how I did this the other day
To change their name now.
for this video.
What will the morrow bring?
Interesting.
Ramen
Ooh, we got
samurai.
60 right there.
Is it true elves make
See, this
soup
runs
out of
about like
kids?
it did on the 3080.
Maybe not. Maybe go opposite.
Like real no improvement. Video graphics. Let's try our ultra performance.
Rex Proximo. It's a pack of pickled peppers.
Okay, we're in the 60s.
Last chance to surrender unorthodox bugs.
Fine, Mitch.
Grimoires and tracks must
there
in the
and
sacred
lock me in.
flame especially.
All riders, the venerable
That's the
Forspoken
end.
invite you to the races. Thoroughbreds at full
Why
speed
buy
near
tomorrow
the
what you
Baker
can
Estate
buy
outside
today?
Town.
Oh, terrible times.
Like a new right taste. You're a bigger rat picker than me.
Hey, Whitey, why'd your hair go white?
Can't stand to see those mugs anymore.
Well, I mean, with this right here, if we go back into options and go to video display and we turn on DLS frame generation, it gives us about 100.
Free. The dungeon. That's where you belong.
I mean, it feels,
Your wives miss me. Burn.
yeah, it still judders just like AFMF does. It's not superior in any way. It feels, yeah, it feels about the same. Just the controls feel a little bit heavier on this. But then again, on the 7800 XT, I am running it at higher FPS without ray tracing. So let's go ahead and turn off ray tracing and see how that feels. Okay, let's see graphics. Ray tracing off.
All riders,
Now that gives us a significant boost to 140. That's it?
Thoroughbreds at full speed near the Bagel estate outside.
Wow. See, look at that. Look, see, that judders too, just like freaking... That actually probably judders a little bit worse. Look at that. You can see it. You can see the ground bouncing around. See, this is the thing that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, people are just fanboy. Look, the whole freaking area, it judders as well. Yeah. It looks just like it does. It does the same thing that the AMD AFMF did when it first came out. You see how the ground is like kind of shaking around and stuff. This is more like what it felt like when the preview beta first launched. So yeah, this definitely is actually not even as good as AFMF is now. You can literally see like the whole background like shake and judder. Watch the fire over there. It's almost like vertical freaking screen tearing. That's kind of what it looks like. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So all right. I mean, like it does feel good like in motion when you're in motion like this, just like AFMF does. It really does feel, you know, really stable when you're running, but like when you got to turn the camera, yeah, it does the exact same thing. So I would say, well, no, I kind of feel like AFMF is a little bit better now. It's definitely better than this, and we've got this on ultra freaking performance still, just to get us over 160 frames. Yeah, you can definitely see that image quality. That's nowhere near as good as AFMF is right now. And I'm not just saying that. Like you guys have seen, like you guys can see the options right here yourself. I'm not doing anything to make it look bad or to do anything to be mean to it. So let's go back to quality. Quality. Okay, so now we're back.
Got a snake's tongue as well.
Okay, so at quality, that cleans that up. It's not bouncing around now. So you literally have to have this in quality for it to not bounce around like that. But in ultra performance, yeah, that was. So what do we at? About 63 frames a second ish, like this. This does feel a little bit stabler through here. I mean, this is pretty decent. Let's try one more thing. Let's go back in there and let's turn on our let's turn on those rays. Let's turn them back on. Let's see how that will affect the fluid. Oh yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah, that like cut the frame rate back down to the 40s and controls feel a little bit heavier, but it's still, yeah, I mean, when you're in fluid, when you're in motion, when you're running straight, that looks smooth. It looks like 60 frames a second. That's exactly the same thing on AMD. Yeah, so I would say the frame generation technology on these two games is pretty on par. Like you can obviously push higher rasterize without ray tracing on and get a smoother experience, and I think you can get about the same with ray tracing enabled. I think it was a little bit higher maybe with ultra ray tracing and stuff. Alright, my friends, well, that is The Witcher. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but let's start this freaking thing. Options. Oh wait, we can do that once we get in game. Let's get in here. Hope I still have that Alan Wake freaking stuff downloaded from.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Alright, let's see options. What are we at? 1440p, so let's take that to DLAA. DLSS frame generation. That's already enabled. Ah, I see. Let's see. Shadow resolution. Dang, we don't get none. Should be able to easily do all this ray tracing on this one.
Welcome to Coffee World, Ojade, Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park.
Oh wait, we only get 27, 30. Oh wait, we still got freaking DLSS on. Oh no, we don't. Okay, so we're getting what, like 30 frames? Let's go over here for a minute.
Oh no! What will become of my birds now? Where will they go? Who will see? Fly away.
Man, it looks cleaner. See if that fence
can't
still,
be the
yeah,
right way.
fence still pops in. So at native resolution, you get about 30 frames a second. That's not very bad. Alright, render resolution, so quality. We'll leave frame generation off just for a minute. So quality gets you up to about 47 frames with that DLSS and stuff. Let's see. Where was I going with that? Wow, you can't even go to 4K on here. Well, that sucks. I wanted to see the 6K thing. And then like ultra performance. Turn on frame generation too, what the hell. Does look more stable. None of that stuff is like flickering into very, very far. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Definitely remains a lot more stable. I mean, you could definitely play it like this. Gosh, it just does not have that fuller look though that you get from the AMD cards, man. You just don't get that here. Even if you go up to this right here, yeah, you just don't get that. Let's see performance. Oh wait, let's turn off the frame generation. Let's turn that back to ultra performance. Okay, yeah, so you drop down to 40. I mean, but that is with that full ray tracing, so yeah, I mean, I suppose you could play it like this. Definitely looks a lot sharper.
Go back. Got a case to solve.
Definitely looks a lot sharper. Let's see when we get over here in this wooded area how that's gonna fare. Still be able to stay in the 40s or whatever. And if we go down to like 1080p, let's see what we get with that. Let's do a 1080. But we don't need to do that. We can try quality with that. Yeah, 1080p quality with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know, but I've been told. Let's see what we get at 1440p. Quality 1440p. With DLSS frame generation on. Whoa, is that like screen tearing? Okay. Huh. All right. Well, I mean, you do get better performance with the ray tracing enabled on this card. You do. I mean, there's no question about that. But dang, the image quality on this really does suffer significantly. Yeah, this, even with DLSS quality, it does not look as good as virtual super resolution. It doesn't look as dense. Yeah, I would prefer the rasterized power over DLSS any day on this game. Options, graphics. Let's turn that off. I mean, we're at native resolution right now. That's the funny thing. Let's turn these all the way off and let's see what we get. At just native 1440p. Yeah, native 1440p, right? And everything's set to the high preset. Damn, we don't even get 60 frames. Are you kidding me?
It's too late. Now why'd you go and do that? Stomping around like that.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Another win for the 7800 XT and 7900 XT for this game. Yeah, like you lose that overall. Wait, are we back to 1440p? Yeah, we're back at 1440p native. and we're not getting that fuller, denser look that I absolutely love about the AMD quality. I've got the, yeah, this does not look as good as that did. So, all right, we'll get on to the next game. Well, my goodness. Now let's see if we turn off the frame generation. No! Fanboys aren't gonna like this, sir. Wow, look at that. About 40 frames. So yeah, obviously the ray tracing performance is definitely better on this card. So let's go back into settings. Let's turn back on our frame generation. Let's apply that so we get at least 60 frames a second. Then we'll go out of here, out of the benchmark stuff, and we'll go into the regular world and see how it looks.
Attention all Dogtown residents. This is Kurt Hansen. An unmarked aircraft is crashed in our district.
See if the ray reconstruction looks as good as everybody says it does. Man, with the frame gen, at least we're staying over 60 frames. Well, that disappeared. Some reflections just disappear. I mean, the reflections obviously look pretty dang good. They look a lot sharper and cleaner, but they also kind of do ghosting and stuff. Like,
Saw it with my own eyes.
gosh dang it, man! I really hate how I have to like go through and like point stuff out. Like that just makes me annoyed sometimes.
Consider advancing or purchasing a niche for yourself or a loved one. Get in touch with administration at North Oak, Colorado.
Wow, dude. Like, look at that! Look at that tree. Oh, that gets all fuzzy.
Thanks to the bulletproof Erendite from Mayfield, your only worry is getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is not very impressive. Literally have to use frame gen at 1440p, even with DLSS, just to get, or a DLSS in frame gen just to get a freaking playable frame rate. But at least I do get to use the quality preset, I guess. I mean, that's a bonus, right? Get to use the quality preset. All right, man. Let's move on to the next game.
All right.
Let's not get too full of ourselves.
air here is kind of cold.
What did you expect? This is the... home of the charming Tanta Prav, after all.
Kinda squishy around here.
Squishiness. The most harrowing of nature's torments.
How about I squish you right into the mud? Yeah. Yeah.
Something's there. What shall we do?
Could pretend we didn't notice. Ah! Huh! Ah!
Did you find something? There are slightly more of them than I'd like.
This'll be a pushover. Whoa! Okay. Spun a little bit too much there.
Vomit on me and suffer.
Super competitive field out there today. No.
I'm already late. I should get to the lab ASAP. Sorry!
Subway's that way.
Hey, Stevie.
Spider-Man, the situation's under control.